Hello everyone, welcome to today's training on how to administer the Family BI SPDAT. We're going to go ahead and just walk you just on how to input and administer the Family BI SPDAT in HMIS. Please make sure before you continue watching this video that if you have not checked out the Phase 1 and Phase 2 completions of the Coordinated Entry Assessment video, please make sure you do that before you begin watching this further. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our client who's in front of us and going ahead and putting her Family BI SPDAT into the system. So as always, we go into Client Points, and we're going to search for her name. All right, we're going to click on her name. And at this point, if you are doing it in real time, go ahead and hit Use Current System Date. If you did this in the past, please make sure you change the date to the appropriate date that it was administered and hit Set New Back Date. So all of our BI SPDAT coordinated entry assessments can be found in the client profile. Please make sure that before you begin doing the Family BI SPDAT that you need to create the household first, okay? The volunteers, if you're giving them a paper version, there is a section for them to write down all the other household members' names and ages and some information like that. So please make sure it's created before you begin this process, just so that we don't forget later on after we're done. If you forgot how to create a household or you forgot how to manipulate a household to reflect the current situation, please refer to the other training videos on the mock website, or you can contact a system administrator. All right, so all of this information is in our Phase 1 and Phase 2 sections, so you can refer back to that video at a later date. Okay, all right, so we're right here to the VIFSPDAT version 2.0. So this is referred only for families, okay? So before we begin administering the Family BI SPDAT, what we want to do is we want to kind of give our client a little bit of information about why we're doing this and what we need from them before we begin, okay? Hi, Shay. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to conduct a survey on you, okay? This just helps us match you with appropriate services. So what I just need from you is just please be honest and truthful about your answers so that we can match you up with the best services that you need. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you do have the right, if you don't feel comfortable answering a certain question, just tell me that you don't want to answer it and we'll go ahead to the next one. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and click Add, and it's going to open up all of our answer choices and questions so that we can go ahead and begin the survey with Shay. Okay? All right, Shay, is either of your head of households 60 years of age or older?
No.
How many parents are included in this family?
Just one.
Okay. How many children under the age of 18 are currently with you?
One.
How many children under the age of 18 are not currently with your family, but you have reason to believe they will be joining you when you get housed?
None.
All right, since Shay is a female, we are going to answer this question. Is any member of the family currently pregnant?
Yes.
If your family includes children, are any of them ages 6 or younger?
Yes.
If your family includes children, are any of them ages 11 or younger?
Yes.
Okay. And then what are the names of your children?
Joey.
All right. Where do you and your family sleep most frequently?
Outside.
Outside, okay. So because she chose outside, we can put outdoors. And then we may want to get a little bit more specific with this question. Shay, where outside do you all mostly sleep?
Finley Park.
All right. How long has it been since you and your family have lived in permanent stable housing?
6 months.
Okay. In the last 3 years, how many times have you and your family been homeless?
2.
In the past 6 months, how many times have you or anyone in your family received health care at an emergency department or room?
Once.
In the past 6 months, how many times have you or anyone in your family taken an ambulance to the hospital?
None.
In the past 6 months, how many times have you or anyone in your family been hospitalized as inpatient?
Once.
In the past 6 months, how many times have you or anyone in your family used a crisis service, including sexual assault crisis, mental health crisis, family intimate violence distress centers, and suicide prevention hotlines?
Twice.
In the past 6 months, how many times have you or anyone in your family talked to police because you witnessed a crime, were the victim of a crime, or the alleged perpetrator of a crime, or because the police told you must move along?
Once.
In the past 6 months, how many times have you or anyone in your family stayed 1 or more nights in a holding cell, jail, or prison, whether that was a short-term stay like a drunk tank, a longer stay, or a more serious offense, or anything in between?
None.
So as we saw with that question, that all of these questions have the number 8 beside it, so we just know that because they all are 8, we want to start off each question with this phrase first before we continue on. So now we're moving into question 9. We don't have to worry about that previous statement. All right, Shay, have you or anyone in your family been attacked or beaten up since you've become homeless?
No.
Have you or anyone in your family threatened to or tried to harm themselves or anyone else in the last year?
No.
Do you or anyone in your family have any legal stuff going on right now that may result in them being locked up, having to pay fines, or that make it more difficult to rent a place to live?
Refuse.
Does anybody force or trick you to do things that you do not want to do?
No.
Do you or anyone in your family ever do things that may be considered to be risky, like exchange sex for money, run drugs for someone, have unprotected sex with someone they don't know, share a needle, or anything like that?
Yes.
Is there any person, past landlord, business, bookie, dealer, or government group like the IRS that thinks that you or anyone in your family owe them money?
Yes.
Do you or anyone in your family get any money from the government, a pension, an inheritance, working under the table, a regular job, or anything like that?
No.
Does everyone in your family have planned activities other than just surviving that make them feel happy and fulfilled?
Yes.
Is there anyone in your family currently able to take care of basic needs like bathing, changing clothes, using a restroom, getting food and clean water, and other things like that?
Yes.
Is your family's current homelessness in any way caused by a relationship that broke down, an unhealthy or abusive relationship, or because other family or friends caused your family to become evicted?
Yes.
Has your family ever had to leave an apartment, shelter program, or other place you were staying because of the physical health of you or anyone in your family?
No.
Do you or anyone in your family have any chronic health issues with their liver, kidneys, stomach, lungs, or heart?
No.
If there was a space available in a program that specifically assists people that live with HIV or AIDS, would that be of interest to you or anyone in your family?
No.
Does anyone in your family have any physical disabilities that would limit the type of housing you can access or make it hard to live independently because you need help?
No.
When someone in your family is sick or not feeling well, does your family avoid getting medical help?
Yes.
Has drinking or drug use by anyone in your family led your family to being kicked out of an apartment or program where they were staying in the past?
No.
Will drinking or drug use make it difficult for your family to stay housed or afford your housing?
No.
Has your family ever had trouble maintaining your housing or been kicked out of an apartment, shelter program, or other place you were staying because of a mental health issue or concern?
Yes.
Has your family ever had trouble maintaining your housing or been kicked out of an apartment, shelter program, or other place you were staying because of a past head injury?
No.
Has your family ever had trouble maintaining your housing or been kicked out of an apartment, shelter program, or other place you were staying because of a learning disability, developmental disability, or other impairment?
No.
Do you or anyone in your family have any mental health or brain issues that would make it hard for your family to live independently because help would be needed?
No.
All right, so for this next one right here, we need to refer back to the questions that Shay answered for us before. So if the family answered yes to any physical questions 19 through 23, so let's go back and see if she answered yes to any of those questions. So we see yes for question number 23, she did answer yes. And then if she answered any two questions 24 and 25, so no, she did not answer yes to any of those questions. And then she answered yes to a mental health concern, but they all have to be yeses in those three different categories. So with this one, we don't have to answer this one for her. It has to be NA or refused, okay? All right, Shay, are there any medical medications that a doctor said you or anyone in your family should be taking that for whatever reason that they are not taking?
No.
Are there any medications like painkillers that you or anyone in your family don't take the way the doctor prescribed, or would they sell the medication?
No.
Has your family's current period of homelessness been caused by an experience of emotional, physical, psychological, sexual, or other type of abuse, or by any other trauma you or anyone in your family has experienced?
I don't feel comfortable answering that.
Okay, not a problem. Are there any children that have been removed from the family by a Child Protective Services within the last 180 days?
No.
Do you have any family legal issues that are being resolved in court or need to be resolved in court that would impact your housing or who may live within your housing?
No.
In the last 180 days, have any children lived with family or friends because of your homelessness or housing situation?
Yes.
Has any child in the family experienced abuse or trauma in the last 180 days?
No.
All right, so do you have any children who are school-aged right now?
I don't.
Okay. All right, so we're going to, since Shay does not have any children that attend school right now, we're going to go ahead and answer that NA or refused. Have the members of your family changed in the last 180 days due to things like divorce, your kids coming back to live with you, someone leaving for military service or incarceration, a relative moving in, or anything like that?
Yes.
Do you anticipate any other adults or children coming to live with you within the first 180 days of being housed?
No.
Do you have 2 or more planned activities each week as a family, such as outings to the park, going to the library, visiting other family, watching a movie, or anything like that?
No.
All right, after school or on weekends or days where there isn't school, is the total time children spend each day where there is no interaction with you or any other responsible adult 3 or more hours per day for children aged 13 or older?
He's 2.
Okay. All right, what about 2 or more hours per day, children aged 12 or younger?
When he's napping.
Okay. All right, so as you said, there's not any children over the age of 13, correct?
Correct.
All right, so we're going to put NA or refused because that does not apply to her. So we're done with the family via SPDAT. So what we're going to do at this point, we're going to hit calculate. But remember, we're not telling the client their score because we don't want them to keep asking, well, I know I'm this number, and calling about where they are on the list. So just at this point, you want to thank your client for taking the time to answer the survey questions. And if you're pulling them into your emergency shelter, you can go ahead and begin that process. Or if you're having to refer them out to other agencies, then you can start doing that at this time also. So in order to make sure that this is saved and she is added to the prioritization list, we want to go ahead and hit save. Okay. It's going to take you back to the client profile tab, where we'll be able to see what she scored in each category and then her grand total, which is an 11. Okay. So after you finish this video, please make sure that you go ahead and you fill out the Google form. The code word is family. So please make sure that when you go to fill out that form, you put the code word in for this video so you can get credit and certified for watching the video. And as always, if you ever have questions on how to administer the family SPDAT or anything that pertains to coordinated entry, please do not suffer in silence and reach out to the United Way staff here, and we can help you with anything that you need help with. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day.